going to show you how to adjust the main clutch on a 1968 Cat D6 Dozer. Here we go. This is a D6b model. As you can see, it's been used a pretty good amount, but the blade is in fantastic shape. So the first thing I did was I took my ratchet with a 9/16 socket on it and I loosened these bolts. There's one here, there, and there. Then I sprayed some knocker loose in, and it's got solvent in it, so it runs down the thread of the bolts. And I was able to take my impact and take them out the rest of the way, or of course you can ratchet them out. Pull this cover off. So this is the main clutch that disconnects the engine from the transmission. So what that's used for is whenever you need to go from forward to reverse without shutting the engine off or to change gears, you push in on this clutch. It's supposed to stop that shaft from spinning. Right now it needs adjusting. So when you go, it's off now, it's engaged. So I'm gonna adjust that and I'm gonna show you how to do it. But as you can see how this lever works, push it down and then it pushes in on this shoe right here, which will stop this from turning, thereby disconnecting the engine from the transmission. So that needs adjusting, because what I've been having to do is turn the engine off whenever I want to switch gears from forward to reverse. As you can see, here's the lever mechanism. I'm going to spray all this down really good with some knocker loose. When I move this lever, it moves all this here. You can see I've got this lever pushed in and it's got a little bit of slop in it. So when I've got this clutch lever pushed in, there should be no slop there. I might have to adjust this down, which means I need to loosen here and then turn this to adjust down so I can get more lever action. So in other words, this can go down further. And then there's a greaser so you can lube that pivot point. So what you do is you put your 3/4 socket and your ratchet on here, and then put it in reverse. You can see I sprayed, and then you just turn this until it breaks loose. Okay, so that's loosening that lower nut. Hopefully it works out that way. If you don't, you can do it this way. Is taking the first wrench and putting it on this nut right here, the lowest nut there is, and then take your hammer, mallet, whatever. I took this hammer right here and tapped on the wrench, and it really didn't take much tapping, but trying to get down in there and push on this wrench is pretty tough. Plus you might slip and bust a knuckle. So I got it loose by doing that. So now that I got it loose, I went ahead and adjusted this nut up about as far as I'm going to want to adjust this down to tighten up the clutch linkage. All right, so I just gave it a good snug right here with my ratchet. And then, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a wrench on that lower nut, and I'm just going to tap the wrench with the hammer just a touch, just to make sure that that jam nut is tight, because you don't want it to come loose and lose your clutch adjustment. But let's check this clutch and see what it looks like now. As you can see, I actually got a gap here now, and the clutch is tight. See that? So it was hitting there, and it was still a little bit sloppy. So that about a 1/4 inch adjustment there got my clutch working the way it should. So next thing I'm gonna do is start the dozer and see if I'm able to go from forward to reverse with using this lever.